So I'm Joseph Mabe, and I am the owner of Hyperbaric Fitness in Swansea, New Hampshire, and I am also one of the main owners of what's going to be Hyperbaric Fitness of Hooksett, New Hampshire. And I want to introduce you to a little bit about our business and my tank and the safety issues that anybody from the town or any fire marshal or anybody wants to know about. So this is a hyperbaric chamber. It is a multi-place class 1 hyperbaric chamber that is built and manufactured by my company, which is perfectly legal. It has been hydrostatically tested to 150 pounds per square inch. Our operational pressure is about 23.75, so we way over tested it. Our hydrostatic test that was observed by the Swansea Fire Department, the state of New Hampshire was very much involved and aware of what we're doing. The hydrostatic test was we actually had my tank hold pressure for 15 days without leaking or any problems of rupture. We have over-tested this tank, and we are going to be over-testing any tanks that we currently construct or build. And what I want to do is show you the difference and explain the difference between us and a medical system, because we are non-medical. We use hyperbaric atmosphere, which is merely taking compressed air that is medical grade quality with 9 air filters. We are the most filtered air system in the United States, to my knowledge. We have 9 air filters, and our air is pure. We bring it in, we pump it in, and we do not use additional oxygen because that is a medical issue, and we are not that. And the compressed air at a certain pressure causes stem cell production in the human body, but that's not a safety issue. That is a physiological response issue. And so as far as safety is concerned, we do hyperbaric atmosphere, not air. And so the biggest fear for safety for fire guys, for anybody that's in the industry, the biggest issue for hyperbarics is explosion and fire. And so we're going to demonstrate that there is no fear of that whatsoever. We are going to use fire to show you that there cannot be an explosion. And so come with me, and just my cameraman will follow me into the chamber, and I will get our stuff. And Michael, if you want to just get the whole tank. Mm-hmm. So this chamber is actually manufactured with 3/8" steel. Our door and door frame is 1-inch solid steel. Our door the door itself is manufactured from aluminum. It is about 3 inches thick, capable of far more pressure than we ever would operate. So in this chamber, which is a multi-place tank, we fit about 13 people max. Our average number is about 7 or 8. And normally, if this was filled up with oxygen, this would be a very deadly thing. But it is not a deadly thing. And so this is what it looks like to light a regular match. This is our baseline. And right now, we are at 1 atmosphere. This is 1 atmosphere, and this is what this candle looks like. We're going to use the same candle twice. We're going to descend to 30 feet, or 33 feet, which is, we're going to add an additional 14.6 PSI, and then we're going to show you what that looks like. Okay. Michael, let's ascend. Stop the camera and let's descend. Okay, so right now we are sitting at 1 atmosphere. We are at 33 feet, and that is the equivalent of 14 point something pounds per square inch. We're just a teeny bit off PSI. This is a scientific gauge. This is our diving computer, which is very accurate, and this is our old-fashioned diving gauge. And you can see that everything is synced. So there's 3 different ways of gauging that. And we are at 1 atmosphere. Now, the medical guys don't typically go to 33 feet or 14 PSI. Hyperbarics isn't normally done that medically, although they do it for different circumstances. But we do hyperbaric atmosphere, and so when we light a candle or light a match, nothing happens. You can have a fire. You can have a campfire. Now, we're not going to do a campfire, and we don't do any of this for our clients, but this is just two of us, myself and my son-in-law who's a diver. We're doing this as to show you that fire in hyperbaric atmosphere is not an issue. We're at 33 feet. If you try this with hyperbaric oxygen, kaboom. All right, so now we're going to go to 66 feet and show you what that flame looks like.
Let's keep the air going,
okay,
so that we can just show it, or the video going, so that they know our airlines are just our airlines.
Yeah, so dump and go all the way.
This is our airlines, air in, air out. Still no boom. The compressor doesn't like us dumping it like this.
Right. Our system has a 500-gallon air reserve tank, and we keep that pretty much set and charged at 106 or 116 psi. Even though it can handle, it's rated for 150, we keep it at 106. We like to operate all of our equipment under its maximum load and operational load. So just for safety purposes. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but that candle is starting to turkey tail a little bit. It's starting to gain a little bit of height, because if it was pure oxygen, trust me, that candle would have been vaporized along with me and Michael, and half our building would have been blown up. But this is not pure oxygen. We're just adding 300% more oxygen, carbon dioxide, helium, CO2, argon, neon, everything that's in the atmosphere. That's what we're adding. And whether you know this or not, it's the other molecules that keep oxygen in check. If the world had 5% more, just 5% more oxygen, it'd be on fire all the time. So the candle is going a little higher, and right now we are at 46 feet, which is actually the beginning of a major stem cell release. Actually, 47.5 feet is where, according to London School of Medicine, actually they say 48, I say 47.5. London School of Medicine says the human body pre-releases up to 2,000% more stem cells. And so does the Frontiers of Neurology publication, so we're all good. That's good science. And you can see hyperbaric atmosphere, flame on, we're still here. No safety issue at all. Let's keep on going, and we are at 48 feet. Do not do this experiment at home. Do not do it in a hyperbaric oxygen therapy center. Do not do this where there's any extra oxygen. At Hyperbaric Fitness, we don't even allow oxygen on site. We do not have oxygen, primarily because it's an accelerant. It's a medical controlled gas. We are non-medical, and we do not believe in accelerants. If you need hyperbaric oxygen therapy, we refer you automatically to Manchester or Lebanon, New Hampshire, or Boston. Any place that has medical hyperbarics. I think Brattleboro next to us has that. We have referred, they do, we have referred more than a few people to medical doctors for hyperbaric for hyperbaric oxygen therapy. We don't do that. I've even referred to Dr. Paul Harsh clients that would pay his fees and go see him. But we do not do oxygen at all, and nor do we allow it on our premises to engage in this particular tank. We do not experiment with oxygen. It is not part of our system. Right now, we are sitting at 50 feet, the equivalent of 50 feet, or, let's get this back on. This is our scientific gauge. Right now, we're at 21.8 pounds per square inch, which is not even the pressure of an inflated bicycle tire.
Yeah, it's going to be a while to slow the way down.
Yep.
I'll keep recording because that's fast forward.
So, okay, so let's just keep on.
I'm hoping the candle will get a little bigger.
Okay, actually, we're good.
You're good?
Yep. So
right now we are at 52 feet. That is the bottom of that is our goal when we're diving people in a hyperbaric chamber. We like 52 to 54 feet. And we pretty much stabilize there. There are times we're going to go to 66 feet, but as you can see, there's just there's a negligible difference in that candle as far as fire risk. There's no risk here. Again, if this was hyperbaric oxygen, we would not be talking. You would be attending my funeral. And this is the biggest risk factor for fire guys, for safety, for health inspectors is, hey, how is that set up to handle fire? Well, we just don't have a problem with fire. We don't create the problem and then try to come up with a solution for the problem we created. Hyperbaric atmosphere for fire is extraordinarily safe. There cannot be an explosion. And again, this tank and all the tanks we do are pressure tested far, far beyond any operational standard we use. So again, when we pressure test vessels to 150 pounds per square inch, understand that right now we're operating at 23. The total is 23.75, but we operate at 23 to 24 pounds per square inch. But we test it to 150, and in fact, we hydrostatic test our tanks every 5 years because degradation, fear of rust, fear of this, fear of that. So the most important test in hyperbarics is the hydrostatic test, and that tells you the strength of the steel. It tells you whether something is going to go at a higher pressure. And again, we have no oxygen risks. Do not use medical gas. We do not do that at all. This is just simply compressed air, and it's what scuba divers do. It's literally the same air, although much higher purified, more purified. It's the same air as what scuba divers use when they go down and look at fish or grab lobster, like I used to do. So this is Hyperbaric Fitness. This is our test. We are now at 56 feet underwater, or we are at 24.3 pounds per square inch. 24.3 pounds per square inch. Fire is not an issue. There's no safety issue regarding explosion or fire. We are safe. Okay, well, Hyperbaric Fitness, Joe May, signing off.